Howdy neighbors. It is evening. If I go look real quick, I never look on time. 7:45. Second workout we're working on getting in. I was up early this morning. Blech. It was 5, I think, when I woke up. My daughter's been having some headaches. Sometimes she gets kind of dizzy. We're going to have it looked at. She's got an MRI appointment next week. But today she woke up and she had tears in her eyes and she's like, it's so bad and I'm so dizzy. She said, I'm afraid to drive to work. And I'm like, hello, then don't go. And that is also something that's very hard with our work ethic, is you realizing that inconveniences other people when you call in sick. And I told her, I was like, yeah, nobody cares. You're not driving 45 minutes on the interstate if you're so dizzy that you don't think you can function. Like, this is not going to happen. So she called in sick. And then I told her, I said, just come lay in bed with me for a little bit. So she did. And then thankfully she got to fall back asleep. I went ahead and uploaded a video and answered a few emails so that I could get that done before I went out. And then when I wake up earlier, then I get hungry earlier. So I actually ate before first workout this morning, which I usually don't do. I usually eat afterwards, but it just happens sometimes. Then I've been sewing most of the day. I got over there so I could start sewing right at 10. And I'm just now walking out of the shed after shutting everything off and being done. Trying to think of what else. It was pretty uneventful today. I don't know. My go-to feeling is angry. Just get ticked off. Not that it ruins my whole day or anything, but that's kind of my go-to there. And I have been trying to set a goal, go for it. What I'm really bad at is things like, I think it would be really cool to speak at SRF sometime. So I thought, okay, I'm going to focus on the one task of learning the one thing, which we've been doing for a while, but I know what I've done, but I don't know the whole program enough to be able to just recite things. And if people ask me questions like, well, can you do this? I don't know. I'm a big, I know what I do, but don't necessarily know enough theory behind this process. So I thought, get really awesome and I will speak on this at SRF. And then today, on the live, they mentioned that Steven Reisner is going to speak at SRF this fall. And I was like, he's talking about what I want to talk about, except he's awesome. And he speaks a lot of nerd speak that I don't know if there's a way, you know what I mean? I don't know if there's a little slot in there where I'll talk about, break it down into basic terms. I could do a little demonstration or something like that. All the horses are staring at me. See all my friends? So it's something little like that. Then my brain goes, oh, well, obviously this wasn't meant to be. Let's switch gears and find something else to do. And I think that's probably why I haven't been more successful in my life, is because I let, and it's not that, I mean, obviously he's been doing this longer. It's not that I don't think I'm good enough or that I think somebody else is better. It's not about that. It's not about like, well, there's already somebody in town selling pizzas, so I can't sell. It's not about that. I kind of think in my head, I guess I've thought this way for a really long time, ever since I was in school. I never really studied much. And I kind of attributed it to, well, if God wanted me to be, the best math student ever, he would just make me the best math student ever, which was kind of a dumb thing to think. I think I still have that mentality sometimes. Like, well, you know, if this must not be God's plan, because if I wanted to speak at SRF and if this was in the plans, then they wouldn't have had somebody else do it. I don't know. It's odd. So then, of course, for a few minutes, I was like irritated, which I cannot wait to hear him speak. I went and listened to when he was at Jack's. I listened to that little YouTube video again today, which I've heard it a couple times before. And so I listened to it again just because he has so much knowledge on the subject that I love. But I guess now I'm back to kind of being a little, I'm going to say a little less focused. That's not the right, but I don't have that one thing that I'm going to do no matter what. And there's been several of them over the years. But then something usually happens, and it's not like a bad thing. And I never once think, well, okay, I'm giving that up, you know, whatever. I just always think that must not be my purpose. And I don't think that any of this should be easy. Like, it's not that. I don't know. I still, I guess, really think I should find my focus, and I don't know where it went. So if anybody has some extra, they could just send it to me. I'm quite focused on the thing that I do at the time, but the problem is that, like, we make something or we get something going, and then in the beginning, you know, things are always great, and then 4, 5, 6 months down the road, just like laser stuff, I can make things all day long, but finding a product that somebody is either wanting to buy or finding an outlet, that's the hard part. So then my brain goes to, well, this must not be what I'm supposed to be doing. And I get stuck, and then we stop and we try and do something else. So I need to listen to a lot of Andy Frisella. I'm trying, I think my problem still is, what do I want to do? Who's my age and has no clue what they want to do with their life? It was always, I wanted to do one of everything. And I mean, I've done a lot. Not that I hop from job to job to job, but I've had lots of opportunities to do things. So, I don't know. We still are leaning heavily towards wanting to have our own little shop. Back home we have a country store. It's run by the Amish, but it has, it's called Stringtown. It has bulk flour, so they would buy, say, like 50 pounds of flour and bring it in, and then separate it into little bags. They buy bulk candy, things like sprinkles and, I don't know, pie filling for pies, and crackers and candies and all kinds of stuff like that, seasonings. They also have things like glass jars and lids, and then they actually now have a freezer section. Well, fridge section. They have a freezer. They might have a couple chest freezers, but they do have a couple coolers, and they will actually slice meat for you. Right, you know, walk up just to, like any regular business. I don't really want to go that crazy, and if I did things like flour, you know, I think I want to have homesteady things there. We originally were going to do something very similar to Neethi, if you know Neethi Bali. It's also one of those, I'm not sure if it will work really well here, because like John, I'm in a pretty cheapy county. I don't know. We're gonna have to see on that one. If anybody has any insight, please let me know. Yeah. So just, that's what we're doing, trying to figure out our focus, trying to come up with some ideas. I think we're gonna put these techniques that we've been learning about, we're definitely gonna put them into use on building up our soil at our next place, because it's been row crop farmed for the last 100 years. I don't know, 50 years, whatever it's been. They've owned it. Hi, guys. Gonna say hi to me, Jack? Jack is the donkey. Hi. How are you? Huh? How are ya? Hi. How are ya? I don't have anything. I got nothing. Huh? I got nothing, Jack. I'm sorry. How are ya? Oh, you just want some rubbing? Oh. Yeah. Hi. How are you? I should bring you some, I don't know, grass or something. Huh? Say hi. Oh, I want a horse so bad. And all of my family is very anti horses. They definitely would not be pleased. So I'm sure I'll just find a place to go ride somebody else's horses. Probably be a lot cheaper that way. I used to ride with my cousin a couple times when we were younger and loved it. So anyway, that's kind of me for the day. I'm also still having trouble trying to eat enough. I am even right now not hungry. So I had a bowl of cereal this morning for breakfast. I was buying protein shakes, and then the company that I was buying from stopped selling them. And then if you get them from the company that makes them, they're like 3 times as much. So I have not pulled the trigger to do that yet because yikes. Well, then I'm buying, we have more protein powder. It ran out, so I have more on order. It should be here Thursday. And then I'll be able to have my evening protein shake again, which is going to be helpful. And I'm not getting a protein shake in the morning anymore. So I will, anyway, at Walmart, they had a 4-pack of the kind that I buy. So I went ahead and grabbed that. They're in the fridge. So I will drink one of those tonight for supper. And then I'll have one again. Thankfully, be able to have one again tomorrow morning. And then I also bought one of their new flavors to see if I like that taste. I'm glad that I can get even just a 4-pack locally, so I don't have to have it shipped into me. Then we will probably start getting those again for the morning. But again, they're expensive, so they're like $3 a piece. And, you know, I cry about a box of cereal because the cereal that we buy is $6 a piece. But at least that lasts a few days. Anyway, part of the reason that I don't eat enough, or I've trained myself after the last 30 years, probably it's been 20, 25, that I haven't eaten enough is because after high school, I ended up starting to get sick regularly. And we pretty much come to the conclusion that I became lactose intolerant. Well, in doing much more research, I believe I'm homogenization intolerant and not intolerant of the actual lactose, which is weird. Anyway, I can drink, the local creamery back home has, they might do low temp pasteurization, but anyway, they have a milk that I can drink, which leads me to believe it's not the lactose. So anyway, we stay away from dairy. Anyway, so for a while, quite a few years, there wasn't a lot. I mean, when we didn't figure out what it was, I didn't know. And things, like I could go to, we would go on a road trip and then we would stop at McDonald's. And so I would just go to McDonald's. And I'm like, okay, this is like all carbs. I know I can eat this and I won't get sick. And then I get sick anyway, which leads me to believe that if I wait too long and if I'm hungry for too long, that when I do eat, I get sick. Anyway, so for quite a long time, I was able to eat granola bars and then I would be okay. So if I felt like I was getting hungry, a little bit hungry, I would grab a granola bar. those would tide me over, and then I would eat supper. So I would quite literally go through the day and I would eat 3 granola bars, and then I would have, you know, whatever I would make for supper, and that's what I would eat. So I have really, I mean, like right now I'm not hungry, and I've probably, maybe if I'm lucky, you know, maybe hit 800 or 900 calories for the day. 1 bowl of cereal with a cup of almond milk, and I put a few cranberries in it. And then lunch was tacos, and I had a little bit of sour cream, but I had salsa on it. So salsa and cheese and taco meat and shells. So I've just trained myself not to be hungry for years. So we're getting back into the habit of trying to make sure we hit the protein goal, so that we can make sure that we keep getting healthier and not having as much tiredness in my life. I was never tired before, and now doing this 75 hard, totally tired, a lot. But I think it's just because I'm cramming all the things that I normally do in a day into the day that I already have crammed full of stuff. So hopefully tonight, the boys are doing a little bit of rehab on my truck, and hopefully tonight I will have enough time after I get in, take a shower, get something to drink, my protein shake, maybe lay down early. And I would really like to watch a little bit of a TV show. Got a new one that we've started that we get to watch every once in a while, but being what time it is and he has not done his second workout yet, I'm not sure he'll be up for it. He likes to go to bed early. So that is me. It's all about keeping going, moving forward. I don't know, I want to say kick ass and take names, but I'm too tired to kick ass right now. So we're just going to keep walking till the timer goes off. See you tomorrow.